Welcome back, everybody. I am the Center Tarnished, and we are continuing our 100% walkthrough of Elden Ring. Um, Last episode, I think we figured something out that has never been thought about before. Let me pull that up real quick. So at the so this is Godric's Great Room. Found center, it's anchoring, all that kind of stuff. But the final line says, the first demigods were the Elden Ring Lord Godfrey, or were the Elden Lord Godfrey and his offsprings, the golden lineage. So that clearly states that the first demigods were Godfrey and his offsprings. Not the offsprings of Godfrey and Marika, but first demigods, Godfrey, and his offsprings. Now, we also found out that demigods, the title of demigods, is something exclusive to Marika's children. Nowhere in the game, in Japanese, English, anywhere, does it say that the title of demigod can be given to the spouse of a god. So just because Lord Godfrey married or was king consort of Queen Marika does not mean that he just became a demigod. It clearly states twice, actually, that demigods are exclusive to Marika's children. And then it also goes forth and says this is Inya speaking, that great runes are the stuff of demigod. So essentially, if you hold a great rune, that means that you're a demigod, which means that you are Marika's children, a child of Queen Marika. So this right here, if A equals B and B equals C, and they tell us this twice, that means that the Elden Lord Godfrey was the son of Marika. And another big thing that we figured out that is connected because great runes are associated with demigods, and it's the stuff of demigods. So not anybody can just have a great rune. You have to be a demigod to kind of like house a great rune. We do, which is I think more of a gameplay thing than like storyline thing, but it's clear that Radagon gave his great rune to Renala. So if that was Radagon's great rune, and great runes are only a demigod thing, that means that Radagon was also the son of Marika, which paints a whole different picture of the world. So if that is to be true, which like it's in text 2 different times. I mean, it's in the game intro, and it's also one of the first things that Inya says to us. And then this is the very first great rune that we receive. And I put this idea up on Reddit, and a lot of people were like, no, there's no way, that must be a mistake, or they're not, they're saying that because he was married to her. But twice does it say that demigods, each and all, are the direct offspring of Marika. That's the only thing that they say about demigods. And then if this is the fact that this is our very first great rune that we receive as a player, and that this is probably probably up to this point, the most important thing that we've received. There's no way that Miyazaki and FromSoft are going to make a mistake on this item. There's no way. I could see if it was like an item like this, or something where they said they made a mistake, but there's no way in hell that they made a mistake especially a year later. If it was a mistake, they could have patched it up. But the first demigods were the Elden Lord Godfrey and his offspring, the Golden Lineage. So, I mean, if we take that as truth, which I 100% am, like, I don't even know. Basically, what we have in my mind is we have. Let me double check something real quick. Okay. We have Marika as God. And then her children are all demigods. And she is either persuading her children to become Elden Lord, to progress her own narrative. So, like, to me, the first thing that popped into my mind was, okay, so she picked her strongest child, Lord Godfrey, and he, like, basically decimated everything that was in her way. And the power of the Ur Tree was now the number one symbol of faith and of deity and of worship in the lands between. We know that the beginning of the Ur Tree was not that. I mean, it said everything was opposed to the Ur Tree when it first started. And he's stomping away, and sheesh, how rude is that? So, one way to look at it is that Marika is using her children to further her own agenda, and which would mean to me that Godfrey destroys everybody in her way. Clear path. Now she needs people on her side. So that would mean Radigan would be like the diplomatic one. He goes and marries her enemy, Queen. Furthers the Golden Order. Kind of makes fundamentalism out of it, and that is kind of how I am seeing the world. The only thing. So now you have. She seems to not. She seems to want to shatter the Elden Ring while Radigan is with her. Like, I think one of her sayings is, Leal Hound of the Order, thou art yet to become me. Like, come to me, mine other self, let's be shattered together. That's not right, but it's something close to that. So, why, if she's using her children, and the other part is, okay, so if she is using her children, is she then, like, destroying them? Does she use their power and then cast them aside? Like, did she use Godfrey's Great Rune and... No, that doesn't make sense, because Godric ends up with the... So she shattered... Well, it could be still. Let me talk to him real quick.
Hello there.
I don't know. It's just so wild that I don't think anybody's found that out.
Godfrey was always looking down on me. He got what he bloody deserved thanks to you. I tell you though, what goes around comes around. He had an ugly heart, an uglier countenance, and met the ugliest of ends, eh?
Yes. I don't want any of this shit. Thank you.
Now, I suppose I'm free.
You are.
I can do whatever takes my fancy.
You look like a Temerian.
Mate?
You can, yeah.
Now I can, can't
Whatever
I?
you want, bruh. Bruh. Ooh, man. It's just it's wild to me. What an epic, like, entrance. The dude is a badass. Oh, I want to look at this. So I think that's Marika's bedchamber. And now you have to wonder, hi, Puzzleheaded, how are you? Thanks for joining. Now you have to wonder, so I think that, like, when we first saw this, I think people said, okay, so people are being born out of the Earth Tree. Like regular, just people you see around the world. But if we know that the demigods are all of her children, each and every one of them are her children. These could represent the demigods, and this is like her family tree. Like that, dude. I love theorizing about this game because, like you think you're onto something, and then you're like, oh, well then why would she do X, or why would he do X? Like, it just doesn't. There hasn't been like this clear, concise thing that's like, oh yeah, like that makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's definitely elements that make sense, but you Lauren in Stormvale? I am, bro. I'm Lauren about the whole game. I don't know when you joined and if you heard what I discovered during my last stream, but like if you heard it, I won't bore you again. But let me know if you just joined, and I'll kind of give you a rundown. And I'd love to know your thoughts because I posted this on Reddit, the Elden Lore page or Elden Ring page yesterday, and it like blew up. It had like 100 comments in a day, and I think by the end of it, people were really like, "Oh shit, maybe." Should be very great. Been watching on and off, but I haven't completely caught up with your entire run. So, here, let me lay this down on you for a second. Let me know your thoughts. So, Godric's Great Rune, right, is the first Great Rune that we come in contact with. And at the bottom of it, the very last sentence is, the first demigods were the Elden Lord Godfrey and his offspring, the Golden Lineage. And I think a lot of people blew past that because they thought, oh, the Elden Lord probably like got bestowed the title of demigod. And then, in the intro cinematic, as well as what Enya says, both English and Japanese, it says that demigods are, each and all, are direct offspring of Marika. So putting those two things together, if Lord Godfrey was a demigod, that means that he was an offspring of Queen Marika. And those two, her and her son, started the Golden Lineage. The other thing that Enya tells us is that Great Runes are only the stuff of demigods. So like I don't. Yeah, it says the game thing in both English and Jap. Godfrey was. I can't read that. you say? Was a demigod. Yeah. So that's like, dude, I don't know about you, but to me that's crazy that I feel like, to my mind, like this is the first time I've ever really heard about it. I think people just assumed like he came from, which it seems like he definitely kind of had his own life, but like so did Hercules. Like to say he inherited that status but never found evidence you can be demigod through union, only Lord. Yeah, correct. Yeah. It seems like demigod is not a status that can be like given and taken. Like it's just something that you are. Like it's if you are born the son or daughter of Marika, you are a demigod. Yeah. And if you marry into royalty, you become lord, king consort, all that kind of shit. But yeah, it's just maiden, dear maiden, what are you? So then let me ask you this: do you think that means that Queen Marika is using her children to further her agenda? Like, is that how you would read it? And then once she gets what she wants out of them, like she kind of discards them? Hi, Etta. Baby.
Hello?
Hello.
Is someone there?
Mm-hmm.
My name is Hyetta,
It's
and I'm
possible to
journeying in
explain
search of the
the
distant
omen too,
light.
in a sense.
If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? My eyesight has been weak since birth.
In what way? What do you mean by that?
I can't tell which way I'm supposed to go next. But when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden.
Mm-hmm. I'll give it to you.
Many thanks to
Oh,
you.
shit, I didn't read.
Now I can feel the distant light once more. You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
And also with you.
You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
This is a George R. R. Martin story after all. 100%. He loves that shit, dude. He's kind of a freaky old man. A little pervy guy. Oh, I forgot you were here.
See you, Master. Do you balk the demi-human? You helped me before and retrieved my sewing needle. Please, Master, allow me to serve you as your seamster. I can't make nothing from adjustments to your garments.
Oh, so are you saying that omens come from, like, inbreeding, basically? Don't tell
Master,
me.
I was wondering, do you ever make adjustments to your garb yourself? I would, well, rather you let me do the job when possible, please. I don't ask anything in return, you know, and, well, I am your personal seamster after all.
I mean, we just started. You're still on probation, pal.
Oh, going so soon?
Yeah, I guess so.
Please do be safe on your journeys.
I will. One thing that I need help with you guys is like keeping track of all the quest lines. I've literally only played this game through twice, so I'm still kind of new at. Maybe it could be a reason as to why they're the only thing you got singled out with the Omen curse. Yeah, it could. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense, right? But then you run into... So if Queen Marika is Radigan... See, I have this wild theory that involves the Mimic Veil with Radigan. That like I don't see them as being the same person. But there's so many different theories that. But I guess they never have. Queen Marika and Radigan never have offspring, right? I don't think so.
You're tarnished,
Ranala
aren't you?
and Radigan do.
Perhaps
No,
you could
they have the
spare some
two.
runes.
They have the twins. That's right.
Believe it or not,
They have
I
Melania
studied
and
Glintstone
Melina,
sorceries at the
or
Academy of Rhea Lucaria for a small
the
donation.
needle dude, Mikola.
I'd be happy to share my knowledge.
You're cheap as hell, man. You only like 10 runes. What are you gonna go do with that?
Well, bless you, bless you. You're a true saint. My name is Topes.
Yeah, the twin
Presuming
prodigies.
you're
Yeah.
interested, I can teach you sorceries as promised. Only none of them are particularly great.
And that's like another time that we see twins, like, quote unquote, cursed, right? Like, that fits pretty well. So if Godfrey and Marika, they had the twin omens, and then Marika and Radigan also had twins that were inflicted with quote unquote outer gods, curses, whatever. Yeah. Because then after that I think it's just a regular like family tree. Because Ranala and Radigan, and then yeah. And if you take the theory that
Apologies, friend. I'm afraid my
Godwin
sorceries
is
won't
like
for your
bastard born or
generosity.
something like that, almost like a
All
Jon
right.
Snow character,
I can tell you what I know about this
Um,
place.
then
That
she
should help a
wouldn't-
bit. You
he
see
wouldn't
that structure
be
to the north, towering over the water.
her
That's the Academy of Rhea
son.
Lucaria, where we study glintstone
or the son
sorceries.
of her and
these
Godfrey,
stones have
which
been
I think
closed
everybody,
for
a lot of people I
quite
think
some
just
time now.
again kind of assume.
After they declared they wouldn't interfere with the shattering, the Academy cast repelling seals on the east gate leading to the capital, and the south gate leading here. As you might have guessed, the seals are still active, making entry to the Academy impossible without a glintstone key. And so I'm stuck here. A fledgling sorcerer with little chance of acquiring a key. When they cast the seals, I'd just popped out. And now I'm uprooted from my place of learning. You've taken an apprenticeship with Selen. Well, that is something. Selen was well known. The most promising sorceress in the history of the Academy. I followed her at school. But there may as well have been an ocean between us. But Selen was expelled from the Academy, accused of unthinkable treatment of certain sorcerers, under the name of the Graven Witch. I still don't believe the accusations. The illustrious Selen would never do such things. Why not find yourself a glintstone key?
Godwin seems to
Without
be an
one,
isolated case.
you can't pass through
It's
the
confirmed
Academy,
he's part of the
and you'll
Golden Age
never reach the Erdtree capital.
anywhere other than
And
the
if you
main
find an
place.
extra glintstone key, perhaps...
So I think the only time that
once
it's
you've
that
tied up all your loose ends,
um
and I can be very
so when
patient.
you're down in the
Consider
deep root depths, I
donating
think,
to me.
and you
I
talk
know
to the finger reader crone there, she
Maybe
says
a
something
hint of
about
talent was also-
Godwin
but still,
being part of the
my
Golden
place is
Bough,
at the Academy.
which I guess is like the same same thing as like the Golden Lineage, but if you think from an outsider's perspective, right, like of course it's going to seem like he is. It's not like she's going to say, no, he's actually not mine, he's born of something else. Explore the Academy of Radio Lucaria, the Glintstone Sorcerer's place of study. No shit. Over. God translates to a main part of a tree, perhaps meaning true royalty. Godric also calls the dragons trueborn heirs, and they've descended from gold. Main part of a tree, perhaps meaning true royalty. And they've descended from gold. Godwin did help find the ancient dragon cult, so he did have an affiliation with Farum Azula. Yeah, I've heard the theory that he is the son of, I guess it would have to be Class Usax. And he comes from like that lineage. Which would make sense. And if, again, I'm definitely not an expert by any means, but Class Usax's daughter took the form of a human. So it's clearly something that they can do. Could be wish there was more evidence to lean on because everything happened in Farum Azula. Yeah.
You're new around here. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Your money's as good as anyone else's. Why don't you take a look at my wares? Oh, but don't ask me how I got my hands on them, eh?
Any thoughts on why Godric is considered the runt of the litter? The way that I take it is that because he's so... It seems like there's been many generations between, like, the original holder of that great rune to him, that he is just, Like it's weakened over time. That's the way that I understood it. Because it seems like everybody else still like, it seems like the original characters are the ones that still have the Great Rune. Like, you see, like, Melna or Dawn, it seems like all those people still have their Great Runes, but because it's either Godwin's or Godfrey's that he has, right? Which means that it's been passed down at least once, if not twice. And I think maybe just over time weakens. Like the like true blood of a demigod has just been diluted and diluted. Whoa. The real question that I want to know is, do you think that Ranni targeted Godwin? Or do you see it as him being, because if you take into account what that ghost says about the soulless demigod being the unwanted child of Marika, and he said his blood is diluted, but he didn't inherit it, which certifies demigod status. Yeah. He's an offspring of Godfrey and Marika. Right. Yeah, so if you take it like generation to generation, then it would be Marika gave birth to Godfrey, gave birth maybe to Godric. Like it went through 3 different iterations. Unless Godwin is Godfrey's son. I don't know how that would work. But anyway, so if you take the ghost, what the ghost says to be true, that the soulless demigod is the unwanted child of Marika, and if the soulless demigod isn't Godwin, like then I wouldn't even know where to start. I'm not sure, but her being half dead at the same time as Godwin is something she would have had to have orchestrated. Yeah, to achieve. Yeah. So I'm wondering if it was Marika who started the whole thing. Like if Marika uses her children to get what she wants, to further her agenda, and she has a bastard son that she doesn't want, and maybe she tells Ranni, hey, if you kill Godwin at the same time you kill yourself, you'll be free from what Ranni seems as like just this hellish like lineage. Because then it would make sense that Marika could call up her homies, her Newmans, and say, hey, this is on. And it would also explain how Ranni got a hold of Destined Death, because that's also been another question. It's like, why target Godwin specifically, though? It seems like he had a big role to play. Yeah. I think either A, Marika, unwanted child of Marika, she didn't want him in the golden lineage, she wanted him gone. Or B, B, she was afraid of his power. He has this dragon cult thing going. He's befriending dragons. He is a direct, like, interference into her agenda. He's a competitor. I don't know, man. I feel like it definitely kind of makes sense. Flame of the Fell God. What kind of build are you focusing on? That's a good question, bro. I have no idea. Because I'm doing 100%, I wanted Arcane to be like a priority, but I can't remember like which weapons go with Arcane. So right now I'm basically just pumping Arcane and Vigor and Endurance until somebody like you comes along and tells my dumbass what to do. Flame of the Fell God. This legendary incantation is one of several that draws directly from the power of the fire giants. Releases a ball of raging fire said to be inhabited by a fell god. Said to be inhabited by a fell god? The fireball bloats toward enemies and explodes. Arganthe? Oh, that's just a name. The chief guardian of the flame had kept this incantation well kept secret until it was stolen by Dawn. The fell god still lurks within the fire giants. Releases a ball of raging fire said to be inhabited by a fell god. Yeah, Puzzle, you got any recommendations for what I should be shooting for here for a build? Oh shit! I looked away for a second. What an idiot. Never done arcane build. Sorry. It's alright, bro. We can do it together. Right here. Liurnia East. The majority of Liurnia, known for its vast forests and ever-present fog, is sinking into a lake. Seems like hard building. Yeah, it is. It is. I feel like you have to sacrifice, like you don't really get anything from Arcane early on. Like, I have just a straight sword, and it doesn't really do a whole bunch. The eastern coast is home to a high road running north to south. So, if there's I would love to know if there's a weapon that does well with Arcane, but also takes dexterity. Like, I'll start pumping dex real quick. Yeah, I have that. I guess I could do that. Maybe do some sort of dual. Dagger build. Pretty good. Uh-oh. Fog and Liurnia. Does it seem almost violet-y? Let's check that out. It makes sense, I mean, with all of, like, the spirit bells and stuff like that. It's hard to say, because, like, the sky seems violet, and also the lake kind of seems violet, which could just be more, like, environmental clues about what is actually happening here. Like, this is kind of like the, what's the Greek, like, this, where people go before they die? I like, it's like the road to Hades, like the stream to Hades or something like that. River of the Damned or something like that. Yeah, I mean, it definitely has that vibe. I mean, we are told, like, through item descriptions and through environmental clues that water and the color violet is, like, the domain of, like, the dead, like the spirits. So, grave violet, the hue of ghost flame. Believed to be useful in calling forth spirits. Weird, because I played the game recently and noticed the first time. You talked to Ranni, both a donkey. Yeah, I noticed that too, man. The fog colors then seem to be like a similar. Yeah, I noticed that too. And the other thing, you'll have to go back and watch. It's one of my first, either number 1 or number 2 of this. The fucking moon. I don't know. Maybe you've noticed this. The moon disappears. So, when she's there, the big moon is there. When she's done talking to us, it pops out of the sky. And I know, like, everybody is obsessed with Mikola being Saint Trina, and rightly so, because I think, if I'm right, if it was somewhere in like either a cut content or cut dialogue or something like that, but didn't make it to game, and they do that for a reason, right? So the hue of Ghost Flame is believed to be useful in calling. So purple flower, the hue of Ghost Flame, done, and it's useful in calling for spirits. Trina's lily, light purple water lily. This is the symbol of faith in Saint Trina. Dulls the senses, preventing agitation, which, like you just touched on, seems to be something that Ranni does. Yeah, it's prop behind her. Also strange that it's always locked in the same place and doesn't create realistic shadows. Maybe it's not real. Yeah, I don't think it's real either. It's almost like Bloodborne, like the moon there, like it, like her source of power, or like if she has to have that out to move about the world. Trina's has Saint Fog, yeah. In the photo, yeah. Yeah, so I think Saint Trina, I mean, you take all this, it seems like Saint Trina is much more tied to Mikola than... It's exciting stuff, man. I know. No, I get excited too, bro. I think it's fun. It seems like you're right. It seems like this fog is the stuff that dulls the senses and prevents agitation. For some, right? Like, clearly it doesn't do it for those fucker spirit caller people. Which would make sense that if Ranni is like this, the Saint Trina, or that's like her alternate personality, and she has this kind of, she can cast this fog to dull people's senses and put them to sleep. What she resembles after is something that doesn't seem to affect, right? Because she is resembled after one of these like spirit. Well, we see that she has 4 arms and stuff like that. So, which is the snowy witch. So it could be that that's how the snowy witch and her got so close. Like, she cast this spell, this fog, and the snowy witch is one of the few people that can actually contact her or have correspondence with her during this time. I don't know. The other side of this. What does that? Okay, you think Mikola has snowy crone potential? I honestly don't know enough about Mikola's story to put anything together. I just kind of started like looking into the lore and like becoming obsessed with it, and so what's like if you can give me a two sentence brief on the current status of Mikola's lore. I know all the stuff that he does with Melania, and that he has the ability to basically to stave off outer gods. But how is he tied to Saint Trina endgame? Whoops. My bad. Not even thinking. Not sure.
Oh, it's you. Well, what do you make of it? What's happened to this village? I witnessed a sight much the same in my infancy. The oppression of the weak. Murder and pillage unchecked. A waking nightmare made by men. But this time, I'm a woman grown. And though the suffering cannot be undone, I can still mete out justice. Justice to the oppressors. Let the scars I carve remind them. I am Nefelilu, warrior. But this time, I'm a woman. And though the suffering, justice to the, let the scars I...
Do you guys think that the, like, revelation... I have to go, but it was nice chatting. Catch you later. See you, buddy. Yeah, thanks for joining. It was fun. I feel like we made some really good headway. We almost solved this whole thing. Do you guys think that this village is done for? That the reveal of Godfrey being Horaloo was like in the developer's eyes and FromSoft's eyes, like, oh man, like this is gonna blow people away. Because to me, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know. Something about it, like, didn't seem like that, like, shocking to me, I guess. Let's switch these up. I love that it does that. Marble tier. A-hole. Let's read that. Core of a creature of mimicry known as a silver tear. As much substance as it is a living organism. Material required for the amber egg cradled by Ranala, Queen of the Full Moon, to birth people anew. Being born anew allows the reallocation of attributes, boosted by leveling up. The word mimicry there, like, for me, is huge. Because the only time you see the word mimic is either related to mimics here, like the Albinarics. Or I think, maybe I'm wrong, but it's also the Mimic Veil, aka Marika's Mischief, which could implicate a lot. One second, my dog's barking. Sorry about that. Where am I going? My brain, like, I cannot do something and, like, think about this lore at the same time. Oh, that's right, I have to go up. Jeez Louise. Whoa. Goddamn dog. Huh. Jeez. Let's read the few things we got real quick. Alright, so we got sickle, ivory sickle, carried by aged Albinarics. These weapons are evidence of their dedication to the Halleck tree, despite never having entered its presence. Okay. Looks similar to what the Deathbirds use, kind of. Crystal sword. Sword fashioned from pure crystal. A deed impossible for a human. And wreathed with powerful magic to tax scales with intelligence. Inscrutable crystallians have but one clear purpose, to safeguard their crystals until the end. One theory posits that they yearn for the return of their creator, who will carve them new brethren. Glows, sounds good. I'm not really getting anything there.
Please, no. Dear me. I haven't a clue. No secrets lie with me, not a one. Oh, please leave me be. Wait then. You're not one of them? Well, what a relief. Oh, goodness me. I am Albus and Albinoric. As you can see, we're finished. The whole village is finished. The curse-mongers have destroyed everything. No one that remains has their wits about them. I beg you. Would you look after this medallion? You must keep it out of the curse-mongers' hands.
I can do that.
And if you should meet the young Albinoric Latena, then please give it to her. A chosen land awaits us, Albinorics. The medallion is the key that leads to the city. It's only a quaint treasure for we who cannot make the journey. But for dear Latena, it is needed to fulfill her purpose. My legs will soon fade, and with them my life. Alas, this is the immovable fate of all Albinorics.
Oh, damn, that blue? Dang. That stinks, bro. We also... Wait, I think that was everything. Oh no, maybe that's the... Delicate water lily of unalloyed gold that has started to fade and wilt. Flower signifying faith in the hallowed tree. Thought to be beloved by the Empyrean Nicola in his youth. A delicate water lily of unalloyed gold. Oh, that's bullshit. Alright, come on, the feather baby. I need your help. Nefeli? Whoa! Where'd you go? Arc. I think that's our very first one. Let's look at the talisman fashioned from a bony knot that embodies the aspects of various creatures. Said to have grown on the human body long ago. Reduces damage and impact of headshots taken. A vestige of the crucible of primordial life. Born partially of devolution, it was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times. It is now increasingly disdained as an impurity as civilization has advanced. A shard of the shattered Elden Ring grants the blessing of an equipped Great Rune upon use. Even if no Great Rune is equipped, it will slightly increase maximum HP upon use. The lower arc of the Elden Ring is held to be the basin in which its blessings pool. Perhaps the shard originates from that very arc. The lower arc. Hanky boy, relax, man. What's going on up there? Somebody in a well? Oh, now you do. There you go. Let's go, big dog. time that gets me. If you get out of the rhythm of the fight, you should not. saw that coming. Yeesh. It's really into your terror. Ruptured. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, so I'm going to do this catacomb and probably wrap it up for today. Where's my catacomb? Let's switch this up. Ain't showing my mouth. I do not remember what's down here. Let's find out. Oh, that's right. Where'd you go? Nope. Bada boom! Glintstone sorcery ashes. Alright. Let's read that real quick. Get some more of that lore. Ooh, juicy lore. Spirit of Ray Lucaria, sorcerer wearing a stone crown. Scholar of Elivinus Conspectus. Wingardium Leviosa, who has mastered the use of Glintstone Star sorcery. Well done. Well done. Let me go back to make sure I didn't miss anything in this. My dog is. I love him. Honestly, he's like the best dog in the world. We rescued him from a pound about 2 years ago. He's a like 85-pound American Bulldog Pit Bull mix. So he looks absolutely terrifying. But he is the sweetest little teddy bear in the whole wide world. It's crazy. When we first alright. Relax a second. There's one more. Yeah. When we first got him, he was only about 50 pounds. He's full grown, but the people who were watching him earlier at the house he came from, people were just neglecting him super bad. And even when he was 50 pounds, he scared the shit out of me. like, I was terrified of this dog. But he's so sweet. Like, it's one of those things that, if you definitely let the world kind of, you let things like news and stories and stuff like influence how you see the world, and like put a big blanket statement over like an entire species of dog, or a breed of dog rather. It's like they're just like people. Like, could you imagine? Like, let's just say that the dogs had the news, and they watched us, and they looked at somebody like fucking, I don't know, Jeffrey Dahmer or something. They'd be like, humans are terrible. Yep. Do not go near a human. They will kill you and then literally eat you. And be like, because a pit bull like bit somebody's arm, we're like, oh, pit bulls are bad. I have 2 dogs, by the way. One is a pit bull mix. The other is a puggle. The puggle will rip your head off way before the pit bull will. Alright, Lucaria, soldier ashes. What's this one called? Roads and Catacombs. Let's see what that says. Trio foot soldiers. Jesus, that's a good way to look at it. And they're superior. The soldiers of Lucaria were also known as the Cuckoos. They were given free rein by the Academy to wage war as they please. And they were infamous for their rapacious ways. What the hell is rapacious mean? Really, the Academy didn't care if they just waged war on anything and everything? That seems weird. Alright, let me, before I sign off, let me go through my stuff, update my list here. I am following a checklist of the, everything I need to collect, so. I did a Dawn today. Yep, I did. Urchery Avatar. I think I did this. It must have been the Southwest one. Almond Killer, done. And Spirit Collar Snail. Let's see here. Weapons. I got the Ivory Sickle. Yep. I think that's it for that one. I have the Crystal Sword. Yep. Sheesh. What else did I pick up today? Let me check real quick. Ivory, Crystal. I don't know. Let's get that. Did I put that in? Sacrificial Axe. I got that last time, but not always the best at. I did not. Bada boom. Oh, we got this. What does this say? Large stone staff embedded with glintstone. Wielded by Urchery burial watchdogs who protect catacombs. The watchdogs, battered and broken over their lengthy tenure, rule the catacombs and are even said to command the imps. Great axe? What is this? Oh, it's a glossy weapon. Good God, Hank. Chill out, dude. Pike, got all that. I bought the 2-finger. Seals. Finger seal. I did not grab that one. Oh, I also got the Godslayer. Boom. picked up a few ashes. Sorry, not ashes. I did actually. I got sword dance. I think that's it. Okay, I'm not gonna bore you guys with all this. So, well, thank you for everybody who joined me today. Yeah, that was cool. Definitely a lot of fun theories kind of floating around. So that's always fun. That's kind of why I do this. So tomorrow I'll be on, and I will just kind of continue with the lakes. Probably stream for a few hours, hopefully, in the middle of the day or something like that. But catch you later. Thank you all for watching. I am the Center Tarnish, and I'll see you later. Much love. Whoops. Still new at this.